And I'm gonna put up a disclaimer right quick. This video is in no way, shape, form, or fashion to discredit Natural Tahuti. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. The point is that we have brothers that are imprisoned in some type of way. They figure out that, hey, I gotta know law in the past or whatever. Really, that didn't even matter. What I did was I reached out immediately and I wrote this brother. Okay? I wrote this brother. When I wrote him, I didn't write him on a Allah tip. I didn't write him on a Islam tip. You know what I'm saying? I didn't write him on that tip. I didn't write him on a sovereignty tip. You feel me? I wrote him on a tip of endearment, sending out love to this brother and letting him know that, hey, it's a way you can get out of this. It doesn't matter what they say you done. And again, when I approached it, I had no idea what they claimed Brother Natural Tahuti did. I had no idea. I just reached out because I know and understand law, and I beat several charges. Okay? Now, when I reached out to this brother, I basically introduced myself, let him know that, hey, I know what it's like, bro. You know what I'm saying? I've been down in the holes with the shit throwers. I've been down there and you have to, watch your back and, pick through your food and make sure they ain't poisoning you. Sometimes you can't eat. See, this is the reality of prison. Fuck all that bullshit. I'm gonna keep it 100 today. All right? When I wrote this brother, I reached out to him and let him know that I'm Mario L. Bay. I've heard about your situation. I didn't even know this brother was already incarcerated for over a year. I thought he just went to prison. You understand? So I lended out my help as far as what I know and what he could do. All right? What he can do. Now check this out. Brother Natural Tahuti wrote me back. So we were in correspondence as far as, what he should do and what he already know, etc. I didn't think he knew anything. But the whole point is this. I want you to hear the letter. I'm going to read the letter that he wrote me. Now, actually, this was private, and I had to really think long and hard before I went public with this letter because it's private. But the reason I'm going public with it is because it's some real shit. And people need to hear this. Because there's a lot of people in the belly of the beast and they're trying their way to get up out of there. And nobody knows how. Or either everybody's so afraid to the point where they just won't even try. Okay? Check this letter out. And you put 1 and 2 together. I got this letter. You see what that? What that say? It says Nathan Howard. It says his institution, where is he located, etc. Right? If you look down, you see where it's mailed to me. All right? He even wrote it. Look how he wrote it. Memphis, Tennessee territory, North America. He put the zip in brackets because he understood that. All right? That's a jurisdictional thing. What that say at the top? Inmate, male, right? Let's look at the date. All right. Now, Moors is not like an organization. People try to make it look like being Moorish is an organization when it's not. It's a bloodline, it's consanguinity, okay? I reached out to this brother, man, because we share the same bloodline somewhere, all right? And I feel for this brother, all right? So when I wrote this brother, again, I reached out to him, letting him know these are the things you can do. These are the things you shouldn't do. These are the public officials you should mail. These are the places you should mail. This is what you should do. You know, it was several things. It was so much stuff I put in there. It was, you know, basically impossible for me to remember everything. But I'm going to let you hear his response. What's that say at the top? To Mario El Bay from who? Natural Tahuti. Okay? What date? February 18, 2016. All right? I'm going to read it to y'all. To Mario El Bay from Natural Tahuti, the son of Sekhmet, February 18, 2016. He starts off by saying, Sekhem, lady of the place of the beginning of time, Sekhmet, whose essence is fire, forever, great of magic, grant us success in our endeavor. Blessed is the name of Sekhmet, beloved her image. Now check this out. He starts off by saying Hotep Moor. He starts off by saying Hotep Moor. My beloved comrade and spiritual warrior brother, I want to first and foremost thank you for taking the time out of your most important life to actually put pen to paper and write me. That's love. And he has a smiley face. Especially in these violent and dumbed down age of push button text, microwave and genetically modified drug masqueraded as food, where we live in a social order of where corporate policy is fraudulently forced on the people as law. Right here. He says it himself. He says where corporate policy is fraudulently forced on the people as law. So I applaud you again for having eyes open in the age of eyes wide shut. I send you positive love, light, bliss. I thank you, my brother. Then he starts off again and says, I know you saw the video, but I must say it again. I'm innocent. With my life savings, I paid a lawyer to get me railroaded. Now let me stop right there. Plenty of us done that. That's nothing wrong with that. Plenty of us has trusted in a lawyer or an attorney and thought that they would be for us in the middle of our downfall or some type of error we have made or some type of way we've been set up or an accident or just perfectly being railroaded. Okay, because I've done it. I've done it years ago. I haven't hired an attorney since, but I've done it years ago. And everything I've that's come my way since maybe 2011, I've beaten. Y'all go get 9 charges dismissed without an attorney. I ain't bullshitting. Y'all bullshitting. I'm not bullshitting. I ain't afraid. Y'all talking about y'all banging on the cracker. Y'all ain't banging on shit. Faggot ass motherfuckers. Check this out. I was sentenced to 21 to 53 years. However, I'm not angry. The brother's still holding his composure. He's still holding his composure. Because I know that I am going to continue my study of law and win my appeals. Now check this out. This brother said, he says, however, I'm not angry because I know I will continue and study law and win my appeals. The argument or facts you presented in your letter, I am familiar with. Check this out. He said the arguments and the facts you presented in your letter, I am familiar with. Check this out. The argument and facts you stated in your letter, I am familiar with. However, I didn't learn this stuff until later on in the game. Had I known that they had lacked jurisdiction, subject, and personam from the beginning, I would have never hired a liar, lawyer. Then he went on to say this, check this out. You know, it's funny because I used to debate with the Moors all the time about sovereignty. And now I come to find out that the Moors were right the whole time. about sovereignty. And now I come to find out that the Moors were right the whole time about sovereignty. And now I come to find out that the Moors were right the whole time about sovereignty. And now I come to find out that the Moors were right the whole time. We're going to rewind that. We're going to rewind that, y'all. We're going to rewind that. Check this out. It's sad that this brother got to be incarcerated to learn law and figure this out, to be in a box to figure this out. But hey, it happened to me too, baby. It happened to me too. So let's check this out. Right here. Let me see. You know, it's funny because I used to, see that, people? See that? Let me read it one more time. You know, it's funny because I used to debate with the Moors all the time about sovereignty, and now I come to find out that the Moors were right the whole time. In your letter, you giving me a strategy, but I'm not at the beginning stage anymore. I was convicted. It doesn't matter if you're convicted. You can challenge jurisdiction at any time and go after that fraudulent magistrate or so-called judge and get that motherfucker locked up. Go after that motherfucker surety bonds. Okay? That's what our people afraid of. But y'all banging on the fucking cracker, though. Bullshit. Check this out. In your letter, you've given me a strategy, but I'm not at the beginning stage anymore. I was convicted. Have you had any success with getting brothers out of prison? Yes. Hotep, Islam, and this is his signature. All right, now check this out. I've been actually waiting for Brother Natural Tahuti's response to my last letter because I sent him my email, my phone number, you know, all of the above. But of course, in the prisons, you never know how this stuff go down, man. I don't know if he actually received it or not, but I always do certified mailings on anything I do, you know. So hopefully he got it, you know, where he can actually contact me because I don't know anyone personally that knows Brother Natural Tahuti. And I'm going to put up a disclaimer right quick. This video is in no way, shape, form, or fashion to discredit Natural Tahuti. In no way, shape, form, or fashion. The point is that we have brothers that are imprisoned in some type of way. They figure out that, hey, I got to know law. So my point is this. Why not just study law? How many of y'all right now can say that, hey, I went to the law library Monday, and I followed up by going Tuesday. I followed up by going Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. How many of y'all can say that? Try it out. Just see. See. Let's be real about it. Let's be real about it. Islam to all active Moors. Islam to the entire human family that tries and strives for perfection. Islam to humanity. Woman who needs to get up off her ass and turn all this around so we can be right again. Peace and love. It's Mario L. Bay. I'm out.